Good evening, everyone. I'm Laura Atherton with your certain and efficient property assistance. Just waiting to see how many else might be able to come onto the live, but I know a lot of you are going to come onto the recording later. So I really just wanted to have an opportunity to connect and share with everyone. Hopefully, what I'm wanting is some positivity. We purchased a property February 29th, so basically closed 14 days out before COVID hit and the full lockdown. And I just know that a lot of people have had a lot of fear out there, and there's certainly a lot of uncertainty right now. And so I just thought I'd take an opportunity to come on and share with our community, specific to, Calgary-based real estate investing. I've heard lots of people very concerned about the market, concerned about where things might go. I actually had a conversation with someone the other day where they talked about, true, honest fear of, the city just closing up and, rolling up the carpet and we're done. And so certainly I don't feel that way. And I'm hoping that by a little bit of what I share tonight, and I'm going to be completely open and vulnerable, I'm going to share our complete numbers of this property that we purchased, and in that period of uncertainty. I've also heard a lot around, opportunities, and I'm actually looking forward to more opportunities that might be created in this market. And so with that, always begs the question of where and when bottom is. So I'm going to talk about that a bit tonight as well. But the main thing, I just wanted to come on and really connect about where I see things and how I use my 3 success keys. So really get an opportunity to focus on those 3 success keys. For me, always knowing when it's a good deal is always based on the numbers. So I'm definitely going to share some numbers tonight. I'm a numbers gal. Definitely looking at proper budget and timeline for those capital renovations. So being on point and on budget, and overcoming adversity. And whether that's in a real estate business or any business or just overall in your own lives. I think where I'm coming from in my heart for all of this is that our true goals, our true loves, and our true values haven't changed. So with all this and whatever's adjusting in the economy and the fear and everything out there, do you still want the same things? And so what I was hoping to share tonight is that if real estate might have been an avenue that you had considered in the past or even started going down that road to get the things that you want, then let's still look at that as an opportunity. So I'm going to share my screen. I'm going to go through a few, I'm going to show you some cool photos. Actually, I'd like to start with just talking and giving some details on that. And then, we won't do too much of that, I promise. So I'll probably keep you for about 25 minutes or so tonight. So let me just share my screen and we'll get right into it. So yes, so tonight is all about dispelling fear in real estate investing. That's what I'm hoping to accomplish. I'm going to share a lot. I'm going to get right into the numbers. I'm going to get right into the nitty-gritty with you. And so for us, the biggest piece, and we usually buy the ugly house on the street. I don't know about you, but I think this house is absolutely adorable. We took possession on February 29th, so it didn't look like this. There was snow. I think there was snow in Calgary until about a month ago. But there's a number of things that we look at. So, and I'll get into those pieces. It isn't necessarily it looking good from curb appeal. Those are sometimes the opposite. So we usually look for the ugly house on the street, to tell you the absolute truth. But there's cool things that we look for. So square footage is key. We are looking for something currently with a suite in it that we can legalize. So with that city amnesty period, there's some real opportunity to build some immediate equity in the property by legalizing units. So that's something that we do a lot. So this property, I'll get into all the numbers in the purchase. Just a couple of pictures to show you what we came into. What I look for here as well is just some different details that can tell it was loved. It was owner occupied. You've got, different light fixtures. These are different than your renter grade. They've put in some care, putting in an extra island and storage space. And we made a few changes. So we turned this little spot into a 18-inch stainless steel dishwasher, which works out really well. And I'm too short, but Other people, we moved this headbanger and put it back over at the top of the fridge where it should be. We added private laundry, so that's a big piece. So we put that actually along in this corner here. What you can't see is the whole other side of this room is a great big open concept, bright living space with a great big picture window. We did keep this access for the shared backyard in the back. So really enjoying in what I look for in different pieces and really how the numbers are going to work. That's at the end of the day what I'm looking for. Okay, so if you're ready, I'm going to just show you what downstairs look like just a little bit. Oh, okay, so not that bad, right? I'm thinking dark, dingy basement, but it's really not. I mean, it's got the potential. It's got the bones. We've got some bright, there's some light coming in here. It's missing lackluster quite a bit and just the dark paint in a lower suite. We did a lot here too that I don't really have the pictures to show justice because I'm not going to keep you guys on showing you tons and tons of pictures. But we did increase this. So we did increase this to a 2-bedroom legalized unit. There was a number of updates that needed to happen downstairs. So just on a baseline, kitchen before, kitchen after. Honestly, paint. A lighter color paint. Doing some of these, this isn't going to be a home show, I promise, but just a few little pieces and touches in what my husband and I work together as real estate investors, what we would call as a pop-in reno. So pop-in reno is something that we're looking at $20,000 to $30,000. Something that we can get up and running and have rented and people in the property in under 3 months. So I'll get into how that all paired out, especially during a global pandemic that we were able to still succeed. So in the kitchen, made some changes. So if you're noticing, the stove location is pretty much the same, but the fridge has moved and we've added an extra cabinet, backsplash. So really minor pieces that make a difference. There is a dishwasher there. So I'll just show you in the close-up again. Close-up, small kitchen, really old stove. Little things like that that can be easily fixed is what we look for in a property. Just brightens it up. Put the ceramic top stove in, beautiful backsplash. We've got the dishwasher in, and then as you can see, I'll just go back one more time, that the fridge has been moved over here and a cabinet above it. Just a few little things that make a difference. So I'm going to close our screen here and just kind of connect a little bit more and stop our share, but really looking at that, looking at ways that we can connect and understand what works best in your numbers and in your real estate, how you're working together, how you're finding those deals. So when I'm sharing some of the information, we're looking at, so saying in that piece about waiting for bottom, this property, when I'm going to show you, is cash flowing. It's cash flowing over $1,200 a month on a 50-50 split. It's doing about just under $650 a month per partner. And I'm going to break down all those numbers. If you're waiting, so when I'm looking at a property to say, okay, you know, is it bottom? Might I be able to save another $10,000 if I wait? Now, believe me, get to know me all day long. I want to save money, guys. But do I want to save it to such a degree that I'm actually going to lose, let's say, waiting? Honestly, looking at waiting 6 months is going to cost $7,200. So I don't know, was that worth getting a property a little bit cheaper depending on where or when? On this one, if you'd have waited, I know that it wasn't going to stay. I jumped right in on this property really, really fast. So let me share my screen and I'm going to show you the numbers. We're going to get right into it. So we've got our deal. So I'm sharing these. Anyone who's interested, going forward, we're doing these YYC JV deal drops where if you're interested, I can be getting you on to I send these out one every week or two. And these are live, real deals in Calgary that we're ready to buy. That we're looking to work with investors, other people who want to build and grow, achieve their goals in real estate with us. This one you can't buy because we already did. But what I thought, what better way to break down all the numbers than with an actual cost value and showing you all the pieces. What worked, what didn't work. We'll get into the reno. So into this, essentially you'll see in your sale price, we picked it up at $303. I thought that's a wicked awesome deal. looking at those different types of investors. So we're buy and hold, looking at a flip market. And I get into this, I'm not sure that we would have made much on a flip on this property. I don't think we would have lost any money, but I don't think we would have gained, if that makes sense. So in the current market, or when a market is going slightly down, what I would call flat, or a market that's going slightly down, flipping can be risky. So when we're hearing different things in risk in real estate, and this is nothing against flips, it's just not the right market for it. I'm also not a flip investor. Our focus is buy and hold real estate. This is what we're good at. What I'm really good at is tenanting. We do pet-friendly rentals exclusively. We have fantastic tenants. I rented this unit. Our original budget was actually for $2,700 was the expected rent. We rented this during COVID at $200 more than what we had originally intended. So just looking at that, that's what I wanted to share. That in that adversity sometimes could create us some more opportunities. So in that, we'll break down the numbers. I put in the vacancy rates. We'll go through how all of these things work. So you'll say, okay, Laura, so I haven't even shared with you everything we've done, but like really $9,000 in legal and renovation fees. Yes, we spruced up a kitchen. We legalized the unit. I didn't even tell you that the property didn't have a working furnace when we bought it. Yes, we do love buying properties without heat, especially in the winter. Usually gets us a really good deal. So if you do the math, your sale price and the down payment here, this first mortgage is actually increased. So we did a mortgage plus improvement. So this is a great tool for people. So there's $10,000 in here that we already planned for. We know, that's what I mean about knowing your capital and your budget. We know that the furnace had to be replaced. We knew that we would have to do egress windows for legalization. We had a list of what we knew that we needed to do. So that was already built in prior to even taking on the property. Really cool. What that does and the difference on your actual debt ratio is great on what you're looking at your mortgage payments. So this works really, really well. In addition to that, what we did was we actually found that there was more requirements. So some of the adversity, you could say, is decision to actually add a second bedroom. We thought there would be a huge value to do that onto this property. And also it needed a new electrical panel at the end of the day. There would just needed to be some upgrades that were beyond fixing the old panel. So things do come up throughout that. There was a lot of yard cleanup, the kitchen addition that I showed you, upper dishwasher, counter backsplash. We added a shed, full yard cleanup, but we want it to look nice. So there's a reason why we get the good rents and excellent tenants as well. So working together on that. So running the numbers, at the end of the day, I'm going to hopefully break this down really simple, but what I want to get us into is the cash flow zone. I want you to see why this is a good deal and why we're excited about it. So when you're taking this number, take out the vacancy, take out what the expenses are. So with that, minus $825 in total expenses, this is before debt payment. We've got, $1,843 here left over. The mortgage comes out, and this is your straight cash. The $768 is straight math. It is your $2,668 minus your $825, then minus your debt servicing. This is it. It's basic math. We can all do it. So when you're looking in the cash flow zone, and that's what I call this area here, it's the cash flow zone. This is before or without mortgage pay down, and a few different areas where I can show, because what I want you to see is this is about risk mitigation when working together. I want you to see that these numbers are true and that we've also factored in for any issues. So that's where that comes in. So this 384 straight cash, that's your 768 divided by 2. We can all do it. And then how we get to the 641 is that some of these up here that we call soft costs. So here's the thing, as you get to know me, I'm not going to have a vacancy. Now, I'm not going to come to you and say we're never going to have vacancies. So yes, I'm reasonable. I'm going to put in the budget. This budget amount basically allows for 1 vacancy per year. Okay, I'm not having it, but I put it there. So we know that's not going to go out monthly. So from an adversity standpoint, so here's the thing I'm going to share with you. I've been doing this for a long time. We want to make sure that we're supporting each other and mitigating as much risk as possible. But there's always things that come up. There's always setbacks. That's hopefully not as big as a global pandemic, but things occur. And so you would think, I'm well organized, I've got everything ahead of time. But I took for granted my insurance. I've had a fantastic insurance company for over 15 years. I absolutely, of course, I called ahead and had the insurance before closing date. Of course I did. So no, so I took for granted the fact that I got a great insurance company and I left it to the last minute. When I contacted the insurance company thinking this is quick and easy, I'm going to just get the insurance on the property, they informed me that they had a change and all new properties that had dual suites in them now required a 200 amp service. This is insane. It's not something we wanted to do. It wasn't in the plan. It wasn't in the budget. I know I mentioned earlier that we did actually upgrade the panel, but an upgrade of an existing 100 amp service versus increasing to 200 amp service is a huge difference. I will just tell you that. So what happened here is we ended up having to pay out insurance really quick outside of my standard. And with that, we had to actually pay it out all at once. So what the value is it's actually included in our startup costs. So it actually, for the first year, it's one of the soft costs. There's a few things I'm unhappy about. So by next year, this number will be a lot less. I've got our new quote back and I've got my new contact. So that's going to go back to the regular $1,000 that it should be. 1,200 to 1,000 essentially, but it falls in soft costs. Repairs, we've just renovated everything. I don't expect us to see a lot of repairs, but I put it in the budget at 4%. So if everybody follows me, our cash flow zone, and this is based on a 50-50 split. So our cash flow zone is we're running from just under $400 to just under $650 monthly. That is before mortgage pay down. Mortgage pay down is true money. That's actually happening. It's there, but I get that it's not going right into your bank account. So when we look into your 5-year return on investment, that's where I've included, you can see it along here as well. So that's where I've included, this 5-year includes 50% of the mortgage pay down and the cash flow at the high end on over a 5-year term. Your annual return on your investment is basically taking your cash flow that's actually with your soft costs in. So it's very conservative, is that it's taken with your soft costs in, with your mortgage pay down, and simply that divided by the amount on this property was, the 6,600 plus the 9,000, so 69,600. This number divided by that gets you into your ROI. Okay, so hopefully I broke this down relatively simple. I'm going to stop the share and just chat for a minute and see how that's landing for people, because certainly we want to make this simple. We want to help people grow. We have these opportunities, and I don't want to instill fear. I get that it's scary out there. I have investments too that I looked at and went, ooh, where did that go? What I want to build is more of an opportunity of control. I don't know how you feel, and I don't know where you're at in your real estate investing, but I felt more in control. In this circumstance, was it scary? For sure. I was going in with a new joint venture, and I want to do a great deal. Like my biggest value is helping others build and grow wealth. So coming into this, I mean, to be honest, I'm going to hustle even harder, because there's no way I'm going to fail, especially with the joint ventures money on the line. I'm not going to do that, but I know how to do this. I don't know how to get people to buy my stock, if that makes sense. I feel out of control in certain things. For me, real estate, I have a control over. I know my market. I know my property. I know my tenants. I'm not buying outside of a zone that I don't understand. I'm buying right within the areas that I know. Does that make sense for people? So I've specialized. I know my tenants. I know my rents. I know all day long what I'm going to get, and I have a huge following in those pieces. So I'm not afraid of that. I know my husband, and I know he knows how to fix things, thank goodness, because I don't. So we're coming in with the team, and we're looking at, to me, at the end of the day, it's that risk mitigation, because there's always going to be adversity. There's always going to be some form of a setback. How can we build and grow together in order to ensure that we reduce those setbacks and create and add more value? right? That's kind of what this is all about. That's what I get really, really excited about. So for everybody that was able to come on and kind of see those numbers, review it, I have a couple of offers I want to just chat about. So I'll just flip back over into our PowerPoint again briefly, and we'll see our lovely picture again of the unit being fully completed. And so, of course, first and foremost, I want to thank everybody who was able to come on. I love this group and being able to share specific support to the Calgary market. That's what YYC Rental Housing Providers, that's what we're all about. So thank you for everybody who's attending or watching this afterwards in a recording. But we hope that it was helpful. But what I really want to offer is that I am sending out these deals and these performance, and these are true numbers. I wanted you to see that because I wanted you to see our actual numbers at the end of a complete deal done. And we're sending these out. I'm sending these out every week or two. If you want to see and join the list, if you're interested, we are actually looking for new partners. We're looking to increase. We want to see people grow and build and succeed in real estate. So if you're interested in getting on, just shoot me an email or a text. We'll do when I do a 30-minute session, want to see how that's going to look. Is it going to be a fit, or how might I be able to help you? If it's not this, but you're stuck in your real estate or not sure, then reach out and we'll do the 30-minute call, and I'll hopefully help you get on track in whatever means that might be, whether it's working together or helping you through some area that you might be struggling with. So I'll close this out again, but just so you know, my contact information is here. I'll have this out. Please reach out. And really at the end of the day, that's our goal. Our goal is just to help people grow and build. We started from nothing. My husband and I started out in this business, really, honestly, full bootstrapped, coming in with, my story, as you get to know me, I came in with negative money. And so I truly believe all of us can do this, and all of us have the opportunity to succeed. So whether it's real estate for you or not, we all have the right to succeed and have a healthy, happy life that, I want to live the lifestyle of my dreams. I want you to live the lifestyle of your dreams. And if you want to geek out and do some numbers, that's my side all day long. And if you'd rather understand more the reno side of it, thank goodness you could talk to Phil. But that's it for now. I hope it was valuable. I hope I was able to share and have you kind of see, and hopefully those numbers broke down really nicely. I could talk real estate all day long, but I realize that there's other things people might like to do. So reach out. Let's do that 30-minute. I'd love to hear from you, and I'd love to get you on to start seeing these deals, because like I said, you can't buy this one because I already did, but there's so many more, and I'm seeing these all the time. And honestly, real estate doesn't need to be scary when we work together with the right people. That's it for now. Thanks so much for those who came on live or watching the recording afterwards, and I really look forward to having some more conversations with you. Have a great evening.